The boy's light snaps shut.
And so does the girl's.
What do we know about the lady and lord of the manor?
About what they do, the two of them.
Yes, what do they do in bed?
They lie under blankets in a candle-lit room, looking forever into each other's eyes. A joke, a story.
No, he tells her it's time, turns out the light.
He reaches into the drawer for the thing.
Oh, yes.
He rolls it and slaps it between his hands.
He covers her mouth as he rips up her gown.
One hand over her eyes, the other clutching the end of
He
it.
pats her legs, fumbles a bit, and rams right up her.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No. He doesn't go into the bedroom at all.
Then what?
She knits, waits, sighs, gives up, turns out the light.
Seeing all the lights are out, he sneaks through the house, out the back door, crosses the grass, goes into the shed.
He fumbles about behind the tools to find
The little tin. Butterflies on the lid.
Pale blue wings flutter on the rust.
Through the crack of the door of the shed.
The whistling man and his butterfly tin. I'll leave him some privacy.
Oh, don't you want to see? A yellow ribbon. Photo of some man and a girl.
A little doll.
Cufflink.
A hairbrush.
Handkerchief with an embroidered peach.
No whistling in there. Is he humming under his breath?
And the stillness, yes. The things from the tin sitting there, next to the tools on the bench in the shed.
I'm sweeping and Mother calls me in. My brothers and sisters surround her, swarming, buzzing mutts needing more attention than they'll get. Mama, telling, yelling that since I am the oldest I will need to learn about sacrifice, that she cannot do all this alone. The look on her face because she knows, can see Father is ill, that Father will die, and when he does, she just sits there glaring at his cold body laid out on the bed. Father's pillow, faint smell of tobacco and sweat, reaching for his clothes in the wardrobe, his trousers round my legs, his cap over my ears, and I go that night, take flight while they all sleep, run from being my mother's slave, free for the first time. That salty boat, gulls circling and diving, and all those men, none of them know I'm one of them, me and them and the drink and the jokes. I realise I'm free. Free.
Behind the tools,
Behind the door,
he hides the tin.
a quick trip to the dunny.
A quick wee and then into bed with her.
He sits on the seat, door ajar, pale yellow light, and he's
Humming something tuneless again.
humming something tuneless, and then he's looking down between his legs.
There's a drop of blood in the water, and another, and another.
And he's sitting there, cursing.
Curse, flaming motherfucking cunt.
Muttering, dabbing with little squares of newspaper.
He doesn't hear the footsteps pat on the grass.
Doesn't hear the cough. Doesn't see the shadow in the pale spill of light.
And then the boy is there.
The boy and the blood in the pale yellow light.
The Harrys.
One looking up.
One looking down.
Harry? Harry!
What's been said fits into a crack in the earth before the rain.
What hasn't fills the sky above.
You can see it all when the lightning cracks.
You know what they call girls like you?
No.
You'll find out.
You must know this story. Isn't that what happened to you?
It certainly is not.
Well, it happened to Father. I can be like him.
What did you just say?
You heard. I'll be like Father. Get rid of the kid, fob it off to some old woman, and then I can meet myself some decent lady, and we can make believe for the rest of our lives.
Eyes meet. Blood floods faces.
How dare you laugh at me when you're no better?
Water bubbles, hisses on the stove.
How dare you call this nonsense when your whole life is pretend?
You think all this is pretend?
What? Do you think it's real?
Becca turns to the stove, picks up the saucepan.
And hurls it at that little vixen.
Wet walls.
Steam scalds
Burns her arms.
her hands,
Her legs.
her face.
How could you do that to me? I wish I'd killed you. I want you to leave this house. I never want to hear from you again.
See the girl in the street, all wet and red and welting, kneeling, hands on her ears.
What happened then? What's wrong?
Where's your father, dear?
Time stands still.
Lights wince.
Words sting.
Blisters bubble.
My father?
Yes.
I never knew him.
What, dear?
I never knew him.
Not my father. Oh, you mean that thing walking around the street? He's not my father. He's my mother.
Everyone stops still on the street.
No curtain moves.
No dog barks.
No bug bites.
The door of number 3 doesn't open.
You heard what the girl said?
He's my mother, I heard.
Everyone crowds around the burnt girl.
Words she yelled whir like music as questions dance about in the fading light.
Things repeated behind hand. But we never gossip, never speak ill.
Never speak out about anybody.
Keep things quiet, mind our own business. But the news, it spreads in a matter of minutes.
If that is the case, if the knocked-up girl's not mad...
She's not mad.
If he is a she pretending to be a he, then... What does that mean about her?
Who?
The wife. Does that mean she knows?
Oh, she must.
Then what does that make her?
Oh, if she knows, then that makes her... What?
And him?
Who?
Him?
Who? Her? No one asks the girl in. And no cold water, no cup of tea. She just disappears with the light of day.